So guys, one of the unique features of the Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus is the ability to record in super slow motion. So Samsung defines super slow motion as 960 frames per second. So this is super slow, and what it does, it records it at 720p, so you're not going to be using this for like your super professional work. Honestly, it's just something cool to record really quickly and then share on social media. That's what I do in my opinion. And you're not going to really have the ability to do this all the time, just like certain situations will click in your mind like, oh hey, this would be really cool in slow-mo. For me, when I do slow-mo, it's kind of like hit or miss, because when you're recording in super slow-mo, to get a few seconds of super slow-mo takes like a millisecond. So it's hit or miss if you actually record it properly. For example, I was trying to break like a pickle in my hand, and I got someone else to do it, of course, but timing it is so hard because the way that the software works on the Galaxy S9 for the super slow-mo, it detects motion. And I think that is the best way to do it. There's like a manual setting, but that's even harder in my opinion. So you have to be very still and then do your motion right away. So if you're recording like a really busy object, you're gonna have a few issues with it. For example, I was trying to record like a bee flying around, and it's perfect if you can record it right, but sometimes when you're trying to record it, the bee will walk around a little bit. So it's definitely one of those like hit or miss situations, but when you can capture something really cool, it's really cool. Another situation is when I was trying to blow a bubble. When you're blowing the bubble, sometimes the bubble will take longer to blow then the phone records it, so it's kind of like a fail. Same with like trying to pop a balloon. If you're not quick enough, it will capture the movement of you about to pop it, and then it will just be another fail. But yeah, just play around with it. I really think it's a really great feature. I wish that Samsung was able to put like 1080p instead of 720p, just to make the footage a little bit more usable, like on a professional scale or like a YouTube scale. There's probably not too many times where I would integrate 720p footage into my work just because the resolution is so low. I film all of my stuff in 1080p on my Canon 80D, but a lot of people, you know, want 4K, so taking like 2 steps back is a little crazy. But like I said, the super slow-mo, the best use for it is just uploading on social media, you know, sharing with your friends and family, you know, just quick little things. And it's just one of those features that's just cool. There's not really too much to say about it other than that. Also, another thing to keep in mind, when you're shooting in super slow-mo, it does require a lot of light to be brought into the sensor, because what happens when you record in slow-mo, typically the camera is adjusting the shutter speed to be double the frame rate. Not always the case, but for example, if you're shooting in 960 frames per second, your shutter speed needs to be like 1 over, what, 1980? So it's pretty crazy. So right now, my camera, we are shooting at a shutter speed of 1 over 50. So if you take 960 times 2, that's 1980. Hey Google, what is 960 times 2? Okay, I am not a math major. 1,920. So let me just show you what that looks like. So we're going to go to 1,920, which here's 2,000. So this is adjusting the shutter speed to that. And then we have to bump up the ISO a lot. Like this is 5,000 ISO. And this is the trippiest thing I've ever seen, because I think the Philips Hue lights or the LED lights do this. But just for example, we are shooting at 1 over 2,000 frames shutter speed when it's normally 1 over 50. So your camera's basically doing the same thing. So when you try to record a slow-mo shot inside, your footage is going to look really weird. Maybe like this, super dark. It could be also wavy like that as well. Let me change this back. Okay, there we go. We're back to normal. So just keep that in mind. Slow-mo footage inside is going to look pretty bad unless you have a lot of light or a lot of natural light coming in. For the most part, doing it outside, like away from super direct sunlight, you'll be in the best optimal situation. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that, guys. Super slow-mo, that's all there is to it. You like it or you don't like it. And that's all I gotta say about that, guys. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel out a lot. It helps this video get more views and more subscribers. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers this year. It's probably not gonna happen at this point, but I can only hope. Have a great day, guys. Bye.